want to thank the Calypsonians. We're going to have 12 Calypsonians participating in this, and the 12 Calypsonians will be, we have from Invader, T.C. Brown, Wally, Educator, Her Black, Irene Taker. I don't want to miss my women Calypsonians as well. We have Black Pearl and Lady Lynn, and it's going to be a really good show. They're going to give you, you know, a really an exciting night, a night that people are calling for Calypso. And again, remember, it's a VIP broadcasting, and only limited tickets are available. We only catering to 150, first come, first serve. Tickets are $50 again, and you could purchase your tickets from easyclick.com. Now I would like to bring on our sponsors and let our sponsors just say something with regards to the being on board and part of Balance Inc.
Can you just introduce yourself before you go into your statement?
Sure. Marcia Symphorian, Secretary General, St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO. Marcia Symphorian, St. Lucia National Commission for UNESCO, Secretary General. MARCIA SYMPHORIEN. Good morning, everybody. I beg to recognize the protocol that is already established. I want to say a pleasant good morning to everyone. I am very pleased to be here today on the occasion of the launch of the Resilience Calypso show, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to deliver some brief remarks. On Thursday, 15th April, UNESCO launched the Resiliat movement under the theme Artists and Creativity Beyond Crisis. This global movement was launched within the framework of the international observance of World Art Day, a day dedicated to the celebration of art and the important role that it plays as a catalyst for social cohesion. The Resiliat movement seeks to raise awareness about the impact of COVID-19 on the culture sector and the lives and livelihoods of cultural professionals. We know from our experience here that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the entire world, plunging the global economy into a recession. The culture sector and creative industries have not been spared. The pandemic has impacted the entire creative value chain: creation, production, distribution, and access. And it has considerably weakened the professional, social, and economic status of artists and cultural professionals. Behind every cancelled show, postponed carnival festival, delayed album launch, and closed cinema, theater, cultural center, bookshop, countless artists and professionals have lost their income. Entrepreneurs and small and medium-sized enterprises, which often lack the necessary resources to respond to an emergency of this magnitude, are especially vulnerable. Freelancers, part-timers, gig workers, who make up a large segment of the sector's labor force, are left with limited to no access to conventional protection mechanisms. Lockdown measures around the world have also directly impacted the sector's capacity to create and distribute new artistic expressions and cultural content outside of the digital spectrum, thereby reducing the diversity of cultural expressions. At the same time, limited opportunities for public access and enjoyment of cultural goods. For vulnerable groups that already suffer from unequal access to technology, the existing digital gap further exacerbates the lack of access to culture. The current crisis carries the risk of deepening unequal access and limiting the diversity of cultural expressions, which is key to UNESCO's mandate. Indeed, what the pandemic has revealed is the magnitude of the creative sector's pre-existing volatility, and that includes the issue of the status of the artist, which is of particular concern given the increasing amount of free cultural content online and the large proportion of the cultural professionals who work informally. In that regard, the movement seeks to give visibility to artists and ensure that their voices are heard at the policy level to address existing gaps and needs. It seeks to contribute to the decision-making process during the development of policies and financial mechanisms aimed at empowering artists. While the profound disruption to cultural life and livelihoods caused by COVID-19 is evident, we know that art is resilient. Many artists and cultural professionals have imagined innovative and creative solutions, often by using digital tools to continue their activity and to connect with the public. Music, songs, dance allow individuals to express themselves and maintain social ties amidst the travel restrictions and home confinement. This unprecedented crisis has demonstrated the central role that culture plays in building resilience and social cohesion, and has shown us that even in crisis, creativity is unstoppable. We are therefore pleased for the opportunity to collaborate with the organization Balance Inc. for the hosting of this virtual Calypso show, Resilience. The event is one of several initiatives organized within the framework of our local chapter of the Resilience movement, which was launched here on July 10th, with the hosting of the first in a series of Resilience debates which seek to bring visibility to the challenges artists face in this time of crisis, but also to harness the power of creativity to establish better safety nets and protection mechanisms for creative workers in times of crisis. We seek to raise awareness among the wider public and policymakers at the importance of the creative sector. Resiliat is a celebration of the talents and creativity of our artists who have and continue to help us through these very uncertain times. Resilience will showcase and celebrate our Calypsonians and provide an avenue for public access to and enjoyment of the very popular and well-loved Calypso art form. It will also serve as a medium to promote the message of creative resilience and the importance of the creative sector. It is a call to all stakeholders to support the work of our artists within the context of the crisis, but also beyond the crisis. I want to thank the members of the executive and members of the Balance Inc. for the opportunity to promote this message of creative resilience and for embracing the Resilience movement. I want also to recognize the media for the tremendous work that you have been doing in promoting our artists and the creative industries during the past weeks. Many, if not all of you, have developed and scheduled programming to engage with the artists and cultural professionals in an effort to fill the void created by the cancellation of Carnival. We want to commend you for that. The media has a critical role to play in promoting the sector, and it is our hope that you will continue this advocacy and support beyond the traditional Carnival period, and that you will seek to engage with all aspects of art and creativity. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning, and I want to encourage all St. Lucians to join the Resilience movement and support the work of our artists and creatives. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We'll now bring on our next super sponsor, an amazing guy, Richard from CPJ.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Balance Inc. for inviting CPJ St. Lucia to be part of hosting this event. When approached by Mr. Russell Lake, who actually we've collaborated with in the past, and we continue to collaborate with Russell Rooftop Events, and I think he's hosting his next event on the 1st and then one on the 15th of August. Russell was the one who introduced us to Balance Inc. and explained the concept and what they were trying to do. The Resilience CAISO theme I think is one which is indicative of the time that we're in. And as a company which always wants to support local, because our business is primarily the hospitality industry, which is an industry which demands the highest level of quality and consistency. And those partners that we work with continuously continue to provide us the highest quality of product. And we do that in the local poultry, pork, and local produce industry. And I think it's fair to say that given the status which St. Lucia Caiceau holds, as well as Carnival in the Caribbean, it is true and fair to say that we are one of the leading islands in the Caribbean region with the highest quality of Caiceau. And I think that we will continue to work with Balance Inc. and the local community currently and in the future. I would like to take the opportunity to thank you guys. We will be using the night to promote a new product which we're coming out with, which is XM rum. XM stands for extra mature, and we have rums which range from 5 years to 7 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, and the premier one which is the 21-year-old. So on the night we will be doing a number of giveaways, so the public will be able to taste the products which are available. So I would like to thank Blaze, TC, and Barry George for inviting us. I would also like to thank the Calypsonians for the tremendous dedication that they have done to the art form. And we will continue to support you guys as we have done in the past and into the foreseeable future. I would also like to thank the media for taking the time out of their busy schedules for being here today, and the member for UNESCO for supporting this event. I thank you.
Can you just get your full name and designation again?
Richard Dubole, Managing Director, CPJ St. Lucia.
Awesome. Thank you, Richard. One of the things I highlight about Richard, when we had our sit down and he was like, well, what do you want? That was the best words I ever heard in a long time. So we want to thank CPJ for the relationship. No doubt you'll be hearing more collaborations with us and CPJ. We will not let that opportunity go down the drain. I spoke earlier about CDF. Again, we see them as partners. I want to take this opportunity again to thank Mrs. Wynn and her crew for sitting down with us and finding time on the schedule, because they had their own things up their sleeves as well, and they had to somewhat reschedule their stuff to accommodate our needs. So we want to say publicly thank you, and we're happy that we have that partnership with CDF. So Mrs. Wynn, you get an opportunity to speak now.
Good morning, everyone. Media fraternity, Calypsonians, supporters, partners. The CDF is very pleased with the work that Balance Inc. has been engaging in. We have been supporting them from the onset. What we like about what Balance Inc. is doing is thinking outside of the box. It's fresh, it's new. The approach that they're taking to handling their business as a fraternity is right along the lines of what the CDF has been asking other artists from art forms to do. They're not depending on anyone to make it happen for them. They have taken the leap forward and making it happen for themselves. And the CDF is very supportive of that sort of initiative. When they approached us for this activity, we had no problem with assisting them, because we thought, in light of, I don't want to call COVID-19 a crisis, because we see it as an exciting opportunity for innovation. I think for a long time now, we've been trying to get the artists to use other mediums for putting out their work. And I don't think persons had really seen the merit of putting out their work using non-traditional media. And Balance Inc. jumped on the opportunity to ensure that they were not left out of the innovation. And when they came up with the idea of putting on this activity, the CDF again was very supportive of what they wanted to do. We do have some innovations coming on board, and the space was not available, but we tried to work with them. We tried to clear up the schedule to ensure that they were able to do whatever it is that they needed to do. Because for us, at the moment as a CDF, we may not have the financial resources to support the artists, but the technical support we offer, we try to do that whenever the opportunity is presented. We wanted to ensure that the artists were given the opportunity to continue to create and also an opportunity for employment, because we know at the moment a lot of artists, because the whole the tourism sector has been affected in a major way. We know a lot of artists now are unemployed, and we saw this as a wonderful opportunity to create employment for our artists, because we know, like everybody else, they have their responsibilities and they have families to feed and the like. So we wanted to ensure that creativity continued and they were also employed. So the CDF will continue to support Balance Inc. They continue to work with us at every juncture. They continue to call on us. We continue to be there for them and with them. We will not fail them. As TC said, we see them as a partner, because the developmental work that the CDF does, we cannot do it alone. We need to partner with the artists. And you will, for us going forward, you will see whatever we do now, CDF will do, there will be a new approach. We will be doing a monitoring, evaluation, and data collection process in everything that we do. Because for us, we want the work that we do to be informed by the artist community, and not the CDF deciding what is best for artists. We want to ensure that we can reach them at their level, to ensure that whatever we put out there, whatever programs that the CDF engages in, it is informed by the work and the needs of the artistic community. And having said that, I want to take this opportunity to again applaud the efforts of Balance Inc. for the continuous journey. They continue to find new ways, new avenues to put out their work, and I would want to encourage them to continue, and the CDF will continue to support you once you are going to make the strides in that direction. We will be there for you. We will support you as best we can, and we look forward to continued partnership. And I say best wishes to all the artists that are participating in this event. I want to also say best wishes to the sponsors who saw this as an opportunity to support the growth of the Orient economy that we speak of all the time. And all the Calypsonians that are participating, I say best wishes to you. Continue to be who you are, continue to create. We know the situation now is not ideal, but we implore you to continue to work hard to reach for your goal and to make things happen for you. You continue the journey. 2021 Carnival can only be better than it was in 2019. I thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Bin. At that point, I want to bring on Russell Lake, because we, again, Balance Inc., we created Balance Inc. to really strike a balance. We didn't come to take over nothing, we came to strengthen things. So we have lots of partners. You will hear our names popping up in different, associations involved in different collaborations. So I want to bring on Russell Lake so he could say a few words about the relationship, because we'll be doing a few promotional events with Russell Lake Extension, Russell Lake Rooftop. I'm sure you'll appreciate I give his rooftop a plug right there. Russell, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Okay, before I go any further, I'd like to introduce my daughter, Cherise, who is going to be working alongside me with what I have been doing in the past. I see in the room a number of people who have attended my rooftop events, and I see some people who have told about it and have not come as yet, but at the right time. Let me just choose a little phrase from the title of a movie, Field of Dreams. And that term is build it and they will come. The rooftop has been an 18-year journey into its 19th year now, which literally is the roof of my home and looking into a mountainside. The rooftop, as we speak now, can hold comfortably 350 people. By the time it will be done, it will be able to hold 500 people comfortably. It's an indoor-outdoor setting, and in time for what we're having over the next 2 weeks, there will be additions, there will be embellishments to the existing structure. For those of you who have been there, it will be further embellished. Now, again, those of you who are hearing this maybe for the first time or have never been there, call out any public event on our social calendar for the past 3 years. The rooftop has held an event. You could start if you want from New Year's or Old Year's Night, New Year's, Valentine's, Junior, you can go up Carnival, Junior Quail, everything up and in between. So as far as it goes for the Balance Inc. collaboration and the XM, and by the way, XM, extra mature, that's a crowd that the rooftop loves, extra mature people, and we have not one unsavory incident over the 3 years. And our collabo with the Double A's, when I have my Calypso 10, so far I've had 3 hugely successful Calypso events over the past 3 years. The Rooftop Comedy Kaiso, in collaboration with, for example, the Ministry of Culture, Caribbean Metal, some very outstanding corporate citizens. CPG has been there with us, and the Woolies love the Kaiso. So when we see that, there's a whole portion of them coming in having a great time. I know, yeah, you could attest to that. I also created something called Kaiso Construction, which I was happy that artists who were here came. It's an idea I had for many, many years, and I was able to do it. Calabash TV has filmed all of my events right here. Bernard Finance is a personal friend, and he has filmed all my events. So just to give you the provenance of the venue has been established. So people here, it's at Mondidon, and don't worry about it. No. You actually on the Lake Residence compound, a gated community, and ask anybody around here who has been to the rooftop, you know that when you get there, you get top service, and the view is nothing short of orgasmic. Yeah, I let that sink in. Extra mature people, good. So, at this juncture, I thought to make use of a good pandemic. Again, I'm using a cliche, I'm borrowing a phrase here now. And I saw the virtual events going on, and I'm happy to see them because artists are out of work, and the entertainment value that these people bring to our lives, we need to have something. So in respect to the situation and out of respect for the artists, I wrote formally to Balance Inc. And I said I would love to collaborate with them because I have this idea and we had a meeting, several meetings, and whoops, COVID Lipso Cabaret, which is the term I'll be using for my event, COVID Lipso Cabaret, on the 15th of August on the rooftop. Now I must say, as I speak right now, I have been jumping through hoops, and happily so, with the Ministry of Health to ensure all the protocols are being adhered to. I have never worked so hard ever in my life. And even as I speak to you now, it's only between today and tomorrow I will be getting the tick for the 15th. But that's honestly because the last piece of the puzzle I will be getting tomorrow, and to get my formal application with. So while I talk on my big talk here, the CMO tell me yes yet for the 15th. So I'm praying it's going to happen because I have acceded to their requests for everything. And I said history of the venue has shown that that we have a very mature crowd, disciplined, love their Calypso, and Izai Hall. We're talking about, for example, on the 15th, we're talking here, folks, about Piper and his Calypso Troubadours, live, the Calypsonians, an extended class between Invader and Izai Hall. The Calypsonians who would have sung at this 8th of July event, 8th of August event, some of them will be coming back. So it is not just Calypso, it's a cabaret. You all know my background is entertainment, it's a cabaret. It will be a mixture of things done in a very classy way. If you've not been there before, you park around Derek Walcott Square, and you get the shuttle that brings you up and brings you back down at any point that you need to go down. So that's what happens with them. Now, I just spoke about my daughter here, Cherise. I have ensured over the past 3 years that the crowd that I have brought in, the patrons, many of whom come repeatedly. In fact, if I forget them and I have my list of my people who come, I hand deliver tickets to them, etc. But I know I need to have also the younger component to the rooftop. And Cherise and I have been brainstorming quite a lot. So I don't know whether she wants to say a couple of things about, not necessarily the plans that she has, because some of them are going to be, but she was just, explain about the rooftop and how you perceive what your job will be in terms of working with me on the rooftop.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So as you guys know, my name is Cherise Lake, and I'm on board with my father in terms of assisting with making the rooftop what we believe it should be based on, what there has to offer. Anyone who has been up there would actually attest that the view is spectacular. From daytime into nighttime, you could actually see the view of Martinique, you could see the view of the harbor, Castries. It's very intimate, it's very secluded. So anyone who's looking to be away from the crowd, away from the norm, this is actually the place to be. The service is very good up there, and my dad, he has held mature crowds, which he does not like me to say older crowds. But I think that what I have to bring to the table is to perhaps attract a younger, mature crowd. And this is actually a place where you could host several events. It's very spacious. Perhaps anybody who's looking to have something that's very intimate and something which would pretty much be spectacular in terms of view and ambience, this is the place. And we have been working together in terms of coming up with ideas. So in the near future, we will be hosting events that would appeal to all crowds. So I'm happy to be on board with him in making this place a place where everybody, speaks about and would of course want to come and do business.
Okay, thank you, Chef. In closing, this coming Saturday, I will be showing the public our state-of-the-art audio-visual brand new system, which is highly interactive, which you can actually access via your cell phone, which is going to have a number of microphones. So I am inviting the members of Balance Inc., the general public, not with any advertising, because I have my people, flyer, social media, and it's going to be an introduction to what the 15th will be, but also the opportunity will be there for the traditional sale of tickets. My show will be at $40. I know your show is at $50. So people can come there. The same as me, I do not intend to have people because the number that I have told the Ministry of Health is 150 people, just like y'all. And we have already arranged the seating in terms of the floor plan as far as how many people and where we will, how we will be accommodating them. We are aware, of course, that some people come in family groups of 6, 7, or a single person or couples. And all of that, as I said, there's a lot of hard work during this COVID time. But on the rooftop, you will see us doing the hand sanitizing, social distancing, etc. I particularly want you all to come to see Invader and Izai battle because I haven't told them the topics yet, but the topics that they will be battling on are ones that I'm sure that you all will want to see how well that they are able to. Yeah, yes, correct. And he's done it before. Actually, we had him there, TC Brown. Mr. Brown, not only did he the year before play the guitar when I had extempo class between Izai and Trinidad's #1 extempo king, Lingo, a blind Calypsonian. So he'll be on again. So without going without essentially going for too long, I invite all of you to, if you don't attend this coming Saturday, the singing, the real Meet the Calypsonians and see the rooftop for the first time, if not the second or third time. But please come on the 15th because I am happy that the sponsors who have been able to come through every year, and these Calypsonians there who have sung on the rooftop, see that the rooftop is, as I had seen it many, many years ago, worthy of thinking seriously about coming there and doing what they do at other venues. So to Blaze and for CC and all the Calypsonians and the executive, thank you much for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to not only this coming show, but many others in the months and years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell Lake, and of course, like we say, we all are partners, and we see the rooftop as our partners. So I'm sure there's something we're gonna find to do at the rooftop. I'm very, very positive. Everything that was said about the rooftop, I could attest to that because I've participated in like Russell said, the extempo stuff, and it's really a beautiful place. When you get there, you might dwindle once or twice trying to get there, but when you get there, you will forget the journey it took you to get there. It's a real beautiful.
First stairs to the top. What are you trying to say?
It's a real beautiful place when you get to the venue. All right, Sanyu, want to outline the protocols for the event on set for August 8th. I want to take this opportunity you didn't mention again, rather, our friends at SLDB. They're part of this as well. They're one of our sponsors, and we can't thank them more for coming on board, for believing in the project. So, Sanyu?
Thank you, TC. I want to commend Russell and you as well, because I'm seeing that you both bring your daughters, and they're both young to pass the baton, so in terms of the arts. So it's alive and well.
Yes.
So let me give you outline the protocols for the event. Tickets will be purchased online through easyclick.com, and the reason being, all persons will be documented. Band members, artists, production crew, and guests will be documented by Balance Inc. for if in case something happens. Patrons will be sanitized upon entrance. Wearing of face masks will be mandatory again. As I said, if you do not have your face mask, you will not be allowed to enter the gates. EMT and medical services will be on site. Patrons using the restroom will be sanitized before entering and entering the area where the event is as well will be sanitized. Bars and tables will be sanitized every half hour during the event. So it's going to be a safe event. We are adhering to, just to say that we are adhering to all the protocols that have been established by us. Again, the show is on August 8th at 7 p.m. at the venue, National Cultural Center. Only 150 persons will be allowed, and you could start buying your tickets now. You could go to easyclick.com as we speak, and you could start purchasing your tickets.
Yeah, I also want to add to that, you have, again, reminding you there are several options. Not 150 really is not a lot of people. There's not a huge amount of money we're going to make out of bringing 150 people. We felt we had to add the live element to all what we're doing, because today and tomorrow we're going to be busy producing the show. That is where we're going to be doing all of the full production. On August 8th is when we're going to bring it all together. So our MC is going to be live on August 8th. The 150 people are going to be treated to a wonderful atmosphere. They'll get wonderful drink specials from our amazing sponsor CPJ. They're also going to have eats available, and there's going to be a huge something by something screen. I can't remember the number, it's so big. There will be a DJ there as well. DJ Shotman will be there. All the artists will be present there as well. We'll be doing interviews. We expect the show to be nice and tight, real nice and tight and interesting. Those who cannot be there, the 150 that cannot be there, you get to view it via Calabash TV. It's going to be on Calabash TV live, the broadcast. Those out in the international world, or maybe you're living somewhere all all you have is internet. You could view it online. We will make that that link available as well. You could pay-per-view. You could be a boss. One of the things we would like to get out there as well is we know there are several bars. We would like to encourage some of the bars around the island. Maybe you could do your own promotions and somehow link up with us and let us know about it so we could promote it together with you. Whether you want to do a showcase of the broadcast at your different bars, wherever on the island, we could talk that as well because we really want this to go viral. Okay, we want it to go viral. We want people to tune in. We want people to listen in because the Calypsonians, we haven't been sleeping. We suffer COVID-19 just like every other person, but we still put pen to paper. We still got creative. All right. So at this point, I want to again thank everybody for coming to this press launch. I want to thank all our sponsors. UNESCO, thank you so much. SLDB, thank you so much. CPJ, thank you. CDF, thank you. All those who have made it possible, thank you. Richmond and his crew, thank you. Our friends at Easy Click Tickets, FRC for using the boardroom. Thank you so much. I don't know if any one of the artists want to come up and say anything, or the media could always talk to you after. Bernard Fanis and Calabash TV, my brother, thank you so much, not just for doing this with us, but for all the many years of single-handedly going and record Calypso. Thank you.
Before we close, I also want to make a mention that all the artists will be singing new songs,
Yes.
exciting songs. So it's something that you'll want to be part of. All the Calypsonians, all 12 of them will be singing new songs. If you can't be a part of the 150 that's coming on the live broadcasting, plead again or offer, I have to tell you, please donate through easyclick.com. You can donate to us any amount from $1 to $1 million, as Cece said, from 10 to $1 million. If you can't be present at the cultural center, I know it's only 150. You could, of persons, you could still donate to us through easyclick.com.
Yep.
You said that 150 in the cultural center. Supposing we will get 150.
Supposing we don't, well, hopefully we'll get the $1 million outside. On the outside.
Because you also talk about pay-per-view and
Yes.
so on.
Yeah.
So if you're going live, what would make me say, well, go?
The ambience and the super
No,
special.
I'm talking about, you said pay-per-view and it also is live
On Calabash
Calabash
TV.
TV.
Yeah.
So why should I go
Okay,
pay-per-view
the live-
if I can
The live to come to the cultural center. I'm speaking to the diehard Calypsonians. I'm hoping that the Calypsonians and the diehard Calypso fans will come to the cultural center and purchase a ticket. If persons that you find people that are not really hardcore Calypsonians will be staying at home, and you could donate to us again through EasyClick. But all our diehard Calypsonians and fans, we have EasyClick for you, where you could purchase your ticket.
I think what he's saying really is, if it's gonna be free on Calabash TV, why? Well, not everybody have.
I speak to it already.
Not everybody have cable for one, and if we're looking on the international world, we really the Easy Click and the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is really set up for our international audiences. We're giving you. I understand your question.
Like freeness. So if
Yeah.
you're doing something
So-
free, why should I go and
And again, we want to bring the Calypso to the people. So if you could get it via Calabash TV, you might entice you to just donate. You might go to the site and say, hey, let me donate $5 because I enjoy the show. Or you might buy the t-shirt for $40. Or you might be watching it on Calabash TV because you bought the raffle. You think you could win this $400 voucher. You might be watching it for that. There are also people in the international that may not be privy to getting Calabash TV. It's set out for you as well because our intention is to link up with all our partners in the diaspora and really link with them. That's where Russell Lake coming with his daughter and their connections as well. So we're pimping on all our partners to bring the message out. So people in the world we want to log in. We want if Sir Lucian sitting in the room in New York, and the favorite radio is NYC. What's the top radio? Watch Radio. We want them to hear about the show from Watch Radio as well, and get interest and want to participate and support.
And just to add to TC, this event is a dress-up event. It's an upscale event, and again, with COVID, everybody at home and craving to be outside, to do something, to be part of something. This is the opportunity for you. My true diehard Calypso fans, buy that ticket. Dress up. It's elegantly casual. Again, CBJ has to have the grounds on lock, the drinks on lock. Please, I urge you to buy your tickets now at $50. It's a dress-up event. It's elegantly casual. And it's a nice time to come and be part of something good. Resilient Calypso. We're bringing it to you.
And you can't drink XM at home on special. We go have that on the grounds. It's gonna be really good because you'll get to to meet the artists. We have given you 2 powerful MCs on that night outside the cultural center. So an opportunity for folks to come out. It's sad that it's only 150, but that's what we have to work with, because we all know now it's not business as usual. So we had to deal with what we have, and that's what we have, 150, and we're gonna make it work. The intention is for people on the outside to really log in. If it's Calabash TV, you can watch Calabash TV. We want viewership, that's what we want, and we'll take it from there.